Honourable Member Cypress Medicine Hat, followed by Stony Plain.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This out-of-touch PC government just can't learn from its mistakes.
No.
Their budget for their partisan Building Alberta sign campaign has been increased to $1.9 million from $1.7 million last year. Our FOIP found another $200,000 spent by the infrastructure minister. To the minister, I know your party is struggling to raise money, but you really think taxpayers want to keep funding this PC party advertising campaign instead of building Alberta, building the roads, schools and hospitals and long-term care centres?
Mr. Speaker, I can understand one of the honourable members is sensitive about us telling Albertans that what we would build that they wouldn't. And I understand he's unhappy about that. In fact, Mr. Speaker, when Albertans see those signs, they know a school's going to be there. I can tell you what, in my municipality, Mr. Speaker, when they see a sign from the development saying a school, they don't believe it. When they see a Building Alberta sign, they know a school's going to be there. It matters to them. When they're going down the highway and they see a sign, they want to know what's going on in the construction. It matters. It's good information for Albertans. They want that information. We'll continue to build Alberta and give the information.
Honourable Member for supplemental.
Wildrose would do the projects, we wouldn't burden the next generation, and we would not politicize the process. Mr. Speaker, given that this government can't seem to find money for many needed projects, like the Strathcona Community Hospital, the Misericordia, the 50 new schools it promised in 2012, the Fort McMurray Hospital, the Fort McMurray Long-Term Community Care, does the minister think his new sign money could be better spent, or do you even care?
You know, Mr. Speaker, the fact is we're building the infrastructure that matters to Albertans. That side wouldn't burden Albertans with classrooms. They wouldn't burden Albertans with highways. They wouldn't burden Albertans with the hospitals that they need. We're actually building them, Mr. Speaker. We're building it in a responsible way that makes financial sense. We're doing it on a schedule. They'd have people waiting to start grade 1 till they're 16 instead of 6. We're building the schools today when they're needed.
Yeah. Enough. See what's happened? One side baits the other, and then the other side, then it gets out of control, and then we can't hear each other. And I particularly don't like it at Calgary Fish Creek when you speak while I'm speaking. Show some respect for the chair, regardless of who's in it. Final supplemental. Now let's listen carefully to the question. I'm sure it'll be a good one. And let's listen to the answer, which I hope will be equally good. Let's hear how it goes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We would build Alberta and balance the budget. Given a hospital in Wainwright is currently facing closure due to potential sewage backup because of this PC government's neglect, will the minister recommit this money from these PC partisan signs to upgrading the Wainwright Health Centre and for once put the needs of Albertans ahead of the needs of the PC party?
Mr. Speaker, Albertans' needs are the only needs we consider every single day when we come into this House. And we decide what those needs are by listening to Albertans. I know there's partisan rhetoric that sounds good, but in fact, Mr. Speaker, the Building Alberta plan is designed after listening to what Albertans want. The hospitals, the schools, the roads, the other infrastructure. That's what we've been doing. That's what we'll continue to do. I know the honourable member doesn't like to tell Albertans how much we're doing that they wouldn't do, but we're going to continue to do it because that's what Albertans sent us here to do, and that's what we're doing under this Premier. We're delivering on the Building Alberta plan.